Good morning. Doing a fuel pump on a 2011 WRX. I'm going to show you how to install this properly. You're going to start with removing the back seat. You have a middle tab, you just pull up and it comes up. On the sides, you have two tabs. They look like that. And you need to grab this right here, pull this, and then lift, it comes up. I'll show you on the other side. So, if I can do this on camera, I will. You lift up here. You gotta get kind of the whole back seat lifted up a little bit here. That. And I just had to pop it off camera right there. Now the seat's up and out. Okay. Now the fuel pump is inside of there, right there. Alright, you can take off all of 4 of those Phillip heads. Get this plate removed. Alright, bolts are removed. Move this cover to the side. It's gonna have a plug right here. You're gonna take off that guy, that plug, and then you're gonna take off this plug and then unplug the actual fuel pump, and then it has, I think, 8mm nuts on it, and then the whole thing comes up. Alright, got those two off. This one is basically off. There we go. Now what's left is this plug. Okay, and then now, like I said, all the 8mm bolts or nuts. Alright, I got all the nuts off. Now this piece here will come off. Kind of bring it around this white connector. Like that. Around that one, and then the whole thing comes off. And now, with everything out of the way, if you can get everything out of the way, you remove the whole fuel pump assembly, just like that. And mine's at under a quarter, so I don't have to worry about too much fuel coming out. It's about where you want it to be, at under a quarter, or around that quarter area. It's gonna be stuck in here because it's open. So once you get through there you go. And they're gonna have, I believe, 2 connectors, 1 or 2 in here. Just kidding. Been doing too many Mercedes. There you go. Now I take this entire thing apart and replace the fuel pump. Alright, I got this thing on the ground. First thing I did is unplug both of these plugins. That one went right here and this one right here. And then you need to, there's a tab here, a tab here, a tab here, and a tab here. You have to basically pull all those while also pulling this apart, and it's gonna be really hard to do on camera. I'm trying to find my tripod so I can maybe do this, but that's all you have to do is get those things and then it pops up. All right, I got all the tabs broke loose, and then you kind of just start pulling it up, and then there you go. That's out. The oil fuel pump is right there. I have to pull it down by pushing 2 tabs in the insides up here, and then it should pop out. All right, this is actually coming out a lot smoother than I thought. So you put 1 screwdriver into this hole down here, and there's a little tab just like that, and you pop it open, and same thing on this side, and then I use a screwdriver in here and kind of fish my way in and pop it down. And I removed the top of it real quick beforehand. It sits on the fuel pump like that, and you just push this tab in and then lift it up with a flathead. But now, fuel pump's out. There's your old, terrible stock one. And I'm gonna install this E85 capable 340i one. And you have to swap this little piece over to the new one with 2 O-rings. That little piece holds it in. Okay, I got the fuel pump out. I'm gonna take off the red piece on the top and the bottom. Just a little cover so nothing gets in there. Just like that. Before you get too excited, on the inside of here there's an O-ring that sits up there. You have to remove that as well. But now I'm going to install this filter on the bottom like that. And then this holds the filter on. Okay. Got the bottom on. Got this piece swapped over from this old pump onto here. You get 2 O-rings up here. I'll put a little bit of fuel on them so it lubes them up. And then I'll go ahead and install this back inside the hanger. Put this in here, make sure I plug in the top connector for the fuel pump, and then drop it back in the car. Alright, I apologize. My phone overheated earlier, so I couldn't record the rest of everything. Basically, I showed you putting the fuel pump, or getting prepared to put the fuel pump back into the canister. Once it was in there and I plugged it back in, you put the canister back together. There is one O-ring you have to take out of the bottom of the canister, so you take that out and then you put it on. It's like a long, almost like a straw that pops right back in. You get it all connected with all 4 of those little tabs that I showed you, and then there are 2 plugs on the front of it. I had showed you also that I had removed, and then you just install it back into the tank. And the top has like that metal piece that goes around. You stick that back down, you tighten all the nuts around, and you have the 3 connections, and then you just have the electrical connector. Got it all done. I primed it a couple times, started it, drove the car. Works great. It's not super loud either, because I'll show you. It's a E85 pump, obviously. You can hear this priming. It's really not that loud. So, not loud enough to bother most people, but has plenty of fuel left. Just gotta tune more tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. If you like this video, leave a like. Thank you.